Shabbat Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Bashem HaKadosh, the balance of Apostle Elders, the great millstone that told me this 100% truth that will will. Salutations to the Yakim out there pushing the truth in all sincerity, and we're still alive to do so. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered among the four corners of the earth that believe in the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Shalom. Alright, got an article, dealing with the MOTB. And the article was written on January 24th, 2023, and today is January 29th, 2023. The hopeful year of all prophecies coming to pass, deemed by Elder Apostle Tahor through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, the name of the article is Ban on Forced Employee Microchip Implants Initially Passed by Senate. Right. A bill that bans employers from requiring employees to have microchip implanted into their bodies passed by Wyoming Senate on the first reading Tuesday. Senate File 72 was brought by Senate Dan Larson, Republican Powell, and received a unanimous recommendation out of the House Labor, Health and Social Services Committee before it came to the Senate floor. It was carried forward Tuesday by a majority vote in the Senate Committee of the Whole, with brief debate preceding the vote. Larson said 12 other states have passed similar legislation, some of which prohibit employers of the government from requiring a microchip implant. He said he wasn't aware of any businesses nationwide that are requiring microchipping, but he hasn't heard of any opposition from businesses. Usually it's put behind the finger and the thumb, he said on the floor. There are two types of chips that are put in there. There can be an active one that would actually have a battery in it and can transmit data. And then there's a passive that will store the data, and then it has to be put close to the scanner to see what data is in there. Show you this is the MOTB. This is where we at right now. And these devils they concerned, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would they have to put a ban on microchip implant if this wasn't to come to pass? You know what I'm saying? If this wasn't a thing that was going to happen, you know what I'm saying? Why would you ban something like? There's no reason to ban something that's not going to happen, right? But it is, you know what I'm saying? And these these so-called white people, these Edomites, a lot of them are afraid. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand, like this is a prophet is going to take place and is going to take out, you know what I'm saying, their rulership. You know what I'm saying? Their time is up. Esau Edom's kingdom that he has currently is at its end, and this implant, you know what I'm saying, is part of the last of his rulership. You know what I'm saying? When John the Revelator later said this was coming on the scene, he saw this was the end of this devil's kingdom, because this is the last test that the Lord is going to put before the world. Either you choose Esau Edom in his image, beast image, or you choose the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And this is all done for the elect's sake of the nation of Israel. All these things are coming to pass. So the elected nation of Israel, those that believe in the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we're in rejoice right now. Even though it's going to be a horrific things that take place, these things have to take place until the coming of our kingdom. But let's read on. Other provisions in the bill set boundaries for employers trying to coerce or withhold salary in order to implant a microchip, and provide guidelines if an employee consists to having a microchip implanted. This includes removing the microchip no later than 30 days after the request, paying all costs associated with implanting and maintaining the chip, and paying all medical costs if their body is injured. What you don't understand is, even if you take this chip and you take it out, you still going to be destroyed by the Lord, because you bow to the beast. So them putting this in here is irrelevant. But, you know, um, it's going to happen regardless. The final section of the bill also states that nothing in this section shall be construed to prohibit an employer from using alternative non-invasive technology to track the movement of the employer's employees. Larson gave examples of nurses of medical professionals having location trackers in hospitals in order to contract them or provide emergency access, and that's true. They got that going on. Although the bill was passed on initial consideration, there were still questions from lawmakers on reference to Orwellian language. It almost seems like the bill is more a bill to allow for implant under certain conditions than it is to ban it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they come up with this thing. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you come up with a plan to ban it, whatever, that's not gonna stop it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been preordained by Yahweh Shem Shai. You know what I'm saying? For this devil to do this and present the world with this thing. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no law passing that's gonna prevent this from happening, because it's already been, prophesied to happen by the Lord Himself. Reading on. Because I never heard of an actual anyone being implanted, says Senator Chris Rothfuse, Democrat Laramie. So I'm almost a little worried that if we pass this bill, someone's going to come coerce me. Senator Charles Scott, Republican Casper, asked if he was missing a trending problem in the state that needed a solution-seeking bill. He said he had heard of cattle being microchipped, but never humans. He also was worried the financial section of the bill would allow employers to track employees' vehicles legally. Other legislators, such as Senator Bo Bittman, Ranchester, were in support of the bill and said it was getting ahead of an issue. Yeah, because it's going to be an issue, but them passing the law ain't gonna prevent it. He said the legislators has a track record of waiting too long and often kills preemptive legislation only to panic later. He encouraged senators to support the bill and bring forth amendments to make the bill better. As one of the people that tends to look farther out in the horizon than most and seeing things coming 4 to 5 years from now, if I were to mention ESG and economical warfare, everybody in the room would say, why would we need a bill or something like that? Is never going to happen, Bittman said. And here we are. Yeah, here we are. You know what I'm saying? If it's never going to happen, why do you need a bill to prevent it from happening? Because it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's been prophesied by Yahweh Shema Shai. And this bill is irrelevant. This is what the world's about to take, man. This thing right here. You know what I'm saying? The image of this is, before the world. It's here now. And there's no turning back. We're in a time of this, soon to be forced upon the world, and at the hands of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? Because this is, bringing forth his downfall. This is 1 Timothy 5:3, which reads, for when they shall say peace and safety, the sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Yeah, you're not going to escape the prophecy of the microchip implant, the carotid. Man. You're not going to escape this thing. Um, this bill is, trying to, give these devils some comfort, this peace and safety, but it's going to bring sudden destruction. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing is going to be, the whole world is going to be faced with this thing. You know what I'm saying? As the scriptures say, the hour of temptation is going to be before the whole world. You know what I'm saying? And it's here now. You know what I'm saying? The whole world going to have to deal with the hour of temptation of taking this microchip implant, man. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, the Lord has brought this forth, and ain't no turning back. It's been ordained to take place. And this devil, you know what I'm saying? They had these meetings, and they're thinking about ways, you know, to implement this thing, you know. And in the article it showed. I got another article here. I'm gonna read about, you know, the mic, the RFID chip coming into play. In the article it was like, you know, uh, forcing employees to take it, in, so they don't lose their job. But let's say that your employee don't force you to take it, right? So since they transitioned to central uh, bank digital currencies, that's the only way you're going to be able to use your currency is off of this implant. You know what I'm saying? The digital or the charagma. You're not going to be able to use. So you pretty much say to your job, say, all right, well, we're not going to fire you if you don't take this implant. But guess what? Uh, we'll continue to pay you, but we're paying you in this digital currency, and the only way you're going to be able to use the money that you have is if you take the implant. You know what I'm saying? But you can continue to work for us for free. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be putting money in your account, maybe, and you know, and this is just hypothetical. You know what I'm saying? Putting money in your account, and you're going to be continuing to work. But what's the sense of you working if you can't use it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're going to have to take this thing. You know, for they're gonna well, slack it. They're gonna force you to take this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like your back is gonna be against the wall. So even if they say they don't fire you, you won't have access to your money, so you won't be able to buy and sell without it. You know what I'm saying? So this devil, this devil, you know what I'm saying? He coming down with a great wrath anyway, and he's going to be, in the beginning, it's going to be a thing of, voluntary or whatnot. And then it's going to turn to a thing of, you know, mass destruction. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to, he's going to get tired of, just like he did, with his job. You know what I'm saying? First it was a thing of voluntary. Then, he came down with his mandate. Yo, you won't be able to work without it. You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to shop without it. You know, uh, and a lot of people folded to that. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be the same thing with this. He's going to come down with his mandates. In the beginning, it's going to be, hey, this is what it is. He's going to offer you incentives or whatever, whatever. They got the universal base income that's going to be connected to this as well. So, you know, uh, it's going to get to the point that, you know what I'm saying, your back going to be against the wall, and you're going to have to decide, if you want to take this thing, and bow to the devil, or if you're going to rely on Yahweh Shem Shai. And those are the elect, you know, of the nation of Israel. They're going to turn to the Lord in this times, and, they're going to rely upon the Lord to provide for them, because, that's the only way they're going to make it through this time. You know what I'm saying? Is relying upon their power. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of these, these nations, these these so-called white people, these devils, you know what I'm saying? They have no power. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna try to fight against this thing carnally. Raise up their weapons. Because there's gonna be civil war out here in the streets, whatever, and they're gonna do what they got to do. Using their carnal blessing of the sword, fighting against, the military and things like that to, try to, and band together with others to try to come against this thing. But it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord has given this kingdom to Esau Edom, and He's gonna let him fulfill his duty. But the elect, the Lord will save out of this, times of Jacob's trouble that we on coming upon in this earth or whatnot. But let me read some of this article here. It says human microchip implants take center stage. And I'm gonna jump down because get to the important part. It says, all right, chip implants are just one of the many types of emerging technologies in the Internet of Things and an expanding digital co- cosmos of wireless connected internet enabled devices. Some technologists are worried, however, the hackers targeting uh, vol- vulnerabilities in sensors and network architect also try to hack chip implants. Radio frequency identification (RFID) chips are identifying transponders that typically carry a unique identification number and can be tagged with user data such as health records, social media profiles, and financial information. Yeah, this financial information showing you buying and selling, man. You know what I'm saying? You won't be able, you know, um, to exist without this thing. This is why this devil making this hard. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna you know put all your information because he wants to tag you as his. You know what I'm saying? He could put all your information. Everything gonna be on this chip, man. Your financial records, your health records, you know, your driving record, you know, uh, your ID, everything about you. This devil gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the time that the Lord had appointed for this prophecy to come to pass. You know, this is Revelations 13:6, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark of their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell except he that hath the mark, and the number of the name, and the number of the name of the beast, or the number, read it again. Revelation 13:17, and that no man might buy or sell, except he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. Yeah, so this is it, man. This is the time that we're in. Showing you that this microchip, this marketed beast, is actually something physical, you know, and it's going to be presented. The our visitation is going to be presented from the whole world. Is about to take place. This is not a spiritual mark, like these other camps are saying, misleading the flock, telling you that, the microchip is, or the microchip might be here, but, that's not the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? What? That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's telling you it's sin, a religion, whatever. So how you going to buy or sell, you know what I'm saying, with sin or religion? That doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's totally uh, misleading or whatnot. And you know, those that are of the elect, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna know and see that, the mark is something physical, you know what I'm saying? But this prophecy in itself is a stumbling block to many, because the Lord, you know what I'm saying, He's not dealing with everybody. He's only coming to save a few, you know. He's not coming to save all the nation of Israel just to go around. He's going to save a small, even though the nation of Israel is his elect, there's the elect of the elect, and he's only come to save the elect souls, from this our temptation, you know, that the world's going to face. But this devil, you know what I'm saying, this ain't something that, that's going to happen like 10, 20 years from now, you know what I'm saying? They working on this right now. That's why it's here. You know what I'm saying? This is something that's gonna happen soon. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they already have meetings about these things. They telling you that they go into a digital currency. It's gonna be the fourth industrial revolution. And like the article said, the Internet of Things. You know what I'm saying? It's here. You know what I'm saying? Though it tarry, wait for it. It should surely come. It should not tarry. You know what I'm saying? This is the presented time of this prophecy coming to pass. The Lord ain't going to tarry on this thing any longer. The Lord about to make this happen, you know. and it's right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Not 20 years from now, whatever. This is happening now. This is about to go down soon. You know, and we give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai for that, because this is the thing that's gonna bring this devil's kingdom down and bring you know the nation of Israel kingdoms forth, because Esau Edom is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follower, and the world's gonna be ruled under righteous rulership. When the nation of Israel takes over. You know. But I don't want to ramble on anymore. I hope this lesson be edifying. I just want to say, Kohola Yahweh Shem Shai, Kwam Shibala, Abba Shabbat Shalom.